For Solomon he lived at ease, and full of honour, wealth, high fare, aimed not beyond higher design than to enjoy his state. Thence to the bait of women lay exposed. But he whom we attempt is wiser far than Solomon, of more exalted mind, made and set wholly on the accomplishment of greatest things. What woman will you find, though all of this age the wonder and the fame, on whom his leisure will vouchsafe an eye of fond desire? Or should she, confident, a sitting queen adored on beauty's throne, descend with all her winning charms begirt to enamour, as the zone of Venus once wrought that effect on Jove, so fables tell. How would one look from his majestic brow, seated as on the top of virtue's hill, discountenance her despised, and put to rout all her array, her female pride deject, or turn to reverent awe? For beauty stands in the admiration only of weak minds led captive, cease to admire, and all her plumes fall flat, and shrink into a trivial toy, at every sudden slighting quite abashed. Therefore with manlier objects we must try his constancy, with such as have more show of worth, of honour, glory, and popular praise, rocks whereon greatest men have oftest wrecked, or that which only seems to satisfy lawful desires of nature, not beyond. And now I know he hungers where no food is to be found, in the wide wilderness. The rest commit to me, I shall let pass no advantage, and his strength is oft to say. He ceased, and heard their grant in loud acclaim, then forthwith to him takes a chosen band of spirits likest to himself in guile, to be at hand and at his beck appear, if cause were to unfold some active scene of various persons, each to know his part. Then to the desert takes with these his flight, where still from shade to shade the Son of God, after 40 days fasting, had remained, now hungering first, and to himself thus said, Where will this end? 4 times 10 days I have passed, wandering this woody maze, and human food nor tasted nor had appetite. That fast to virtue I impute not, or count part of what I suffer here. If nature need not, or God support nature without repast, though needing, what praise is it to endure? But now I feel I hunger, which declares nature hath need of what she asks. Yet God can satisfy that need some other way, though hunger still remain. So it remain without this body's wasting, I content me, and from the sting of famine fear no harm, nor mind it, fed with better thoughts, that feed me hungering more to do my Father's will. It was the hour of night, when thus the Son communed in silent walk, then laid him down under the hospitable covert nigh, of trees thick interwoven. There he slept and dreamed, as appetite is wont to dream, of meats and drinks, nature's refreshment sweet. Him thought he by the brook of Cherith stood, and saw the ravens with their horny beaks food to Elijah bringing even in morn, though ravenous, taught to abstain from what they brought. He saw the prophet also, how he fled into the desert, and how there he slept under a juniper. Then how awaked he found his supper on the coals prepared, and by the angel was bid rise and eat the second time after repose, the strength whereof sufficed him 40 days. Sometimes that with Elijah he partook, or as a guest with Daniel at his pulse. Thus wore out night, And now the herald lark left his ground nest, high towering to descry the morn's approach, and greet her with his song. As lightly from his grassy couch uprose our Saviour, and found all was but a dream. Fasting he went to sleep, and fasting waked. Up to a hill anon his steps he reared, from whose high top to ken the prospect round, if cottage were in view, sheepcote, or herd. But cottage, herd, or sheepcote none he saw, only in a bottom saw a pleasant grove, with chaunt of tuneful birds resounding loud. Thither he bent his way, determined there to rest at noon, and entered soon the shade high-roofed, and walks beneath, and alleys brown, that opened in the midst a woody scene. Nature's own work it seemed, nature taught art. And to a superstitious eye the haunt of wood gods and wood nymphs, he viewed it round, when suddenly a man before him stood, not rustic as before, but seemlier clad, as one in city or court or palace bred, and with fair speech these words to him addressed.